All right, welcome to our latest Swampcast. Of course, it's Florida LSU week. We're going to preview the game right here. And it's kind of funny, Robbie. Early in the week, I felt really strongly about Florida. And I heard some things. I felt even more strong about Florida. Then I heard some other things. I didn't feel so strong. And like you were saying today, too many people are picking Florida.
Well, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I'm thinking, I think I might pick LSU. I mean, I might pick Florida like I picked Florida to beat Alabama a year ago, which didn't work out.
No, it didn't.
But I kind of had a feeling maybe LSU, pick Florida over LSU in this game. And then everybody's picking Florida now, so I don't know, is that the good pick now or not?
I don't know. I picked Florida. I just went based on some of the things I know. I think Florida's due for a big win over a top 10 team. It has been since 08 LSU.
Yeah.
They beat a top 10 team at home, and it'd be nice to, one thing is it's going to be nice to see the Swamp alive after the first two home games.
Yeah, no question about it, Pat. The big game feel is back. I mean, Florida's back in the top 10 for the first time since 2010, October.
Yeah.
So, it's a big game. Atmosphere should be great, and I think Florida's ready to play a really good game.
All right, everything I'm hearing is they had a great week of practice. Of course, I've never heard of anybody having a bad week of practice. But
they did get healthy. And
they did get healthy, yeah. Dominique Easley's back. Trey Burton, Chaz Green. So,
and Jelani Jenkins is back.
All hands on deck, and that's a good thing. But, it's a tough matchup. You can look at, and I get this question when I was speaking this week at Jacksonville Beach. Do you think LSU's sandbagging? Well, maybe a little bit last week, but not the week before against Auburn.
They're in a tough environment in Auburn. They score 12 points, barely get out of there alive. So, they're having problems on offense, and I think that's where you get some hope if you're a Florida person. But the LSU defense, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, their back end may not be as good as it's been with Matthew out.
But you can't get to them because
it's hard to
the
get to
pass
them.
rush is unbelievable.
So it's going to be a lot of it's going to be on this offensive line. That's the bottom line. They're going to have to be able to run the ball and stay balanced. There's no question about it. But
quick passes, they got to move Driscoll out of the pocket a little bit. He can't stand back there 7 yards deep and look over the field.
No, if he does, Jacoby Brissett will be in the game because he'll get killed by these guys. These are NFL players that are coming in here, and that's exciting. It's exciting to see guys at that caliber. But the thing for Florida is they've got to stay with what they've been doing in terms of. And again, I don't want them to be predictable.
No.
Don't turn the ball over. No. Get a turnover here and there. LSU's had 5 lost fumbles the last 2 games. LSU's had penalty problems.
Sounds like Florida a year ago.
Exactly. They think they're cleaning it up, but we don't know. They're still missing their left tackle, obviously, who's out for the year, and that's going to hurt them. They get J.C. Copeland back, which is a little bit of a surprise.
He killed Florida last year.
Yeah.
His blocking was devastating.
Big, strong guy, and I think it's going to be on guys like John Bostic, who they've got to make sure tackles. They cannot let guys get away and bounce off of them. And then you've got, cornerbacks trying to tackle 230-pound running backs.
Like Will said, a lot of them don't want to do it, but you've got to have the want to. And we asked him, do they have it this week? He goes, they've got it.
Yeah, well,
the want to is there, or you're not going to play.
And I think you'll see Florida play well. I really do, because I think there's a level they know, and what I wrote for Saturday's paper, it's a statement game for them.
It is.
They've got this is their chance to say, hey, we're back. In October, there's no question. We talked a lot about September, Robbie, and September set them up. And I'm not taking anything away from those wins at Texas A&M, Tennessee. We were there. No. They were exciting crowds, and people were fired up, and those were good come from behind wins. But all it does is set you up for October. We know Florida's better. We'll find out how much better in October.
Yeah, clearly they're tougher physically, mentally. They did that by winning in the fourth quarter on the road. So now you find out now against an elite team. Does it work against an elite team at home? So we'll find out. But, they've made progress every week.
Yep.
Let's see if it continues.
Well, I know you guys are going to enjoy Saturday. Great schedule of games. And also, if you're going to the game, I'm sure you'll get there early because the tailgating for
Definitely go there early.
Tailgating for this game takes it to a new level because there'll be 7,000 LSU fans there. They'll be cooking jambalaya at about 7 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And
washing it down with something.
Yes, that's right. I'm going to hit a couple of tailgates myself, so just enjoy some of the food. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting Saturday in the Swamp, and we'll see what at the end. We'll do our next Swampcast after the game.
So you're picking Florida.
I'm picking Florida.
I'm picking Florida too.
It's too many people are picking Florida.
Too many people picking Florida.
Yeah, it's funny. If somebody came up to me and said, are you picking against Florida this week? Tell me you're picking against Florida. I go, why? And he goes, well, every time you pick against them, they win. I go, well, what about last year? I picked against them once this year, and they lost, and they won the game against Tennessee. But last year, I picked against them a lot, and they went 7-6. So,
exactly.
But no, I'm picking Florida. I've got a lot of reasons for it. Some of them are private. I can't tell you about.
Okay.
Some of them are public.
You can tell me later.
I'll tell you later. But I just have a feeling. I have a feeling Florida's doing. I have a feeling this is. But look, if Florida loses this game, will I be shocked?
No,
not by any means.
Yeah, as long as they compete and are in the game, I think that your program moves forward with that.
Yeah, and this is something at the end of my column Saturday. I don't want to give it away, but a loss doesn't kill this season, but a win changes the season.
Suddenly you're a contender.
Now everybody's going, whoa, there's at least 2 teams in the East to worry about, and it's not Georgia, South Carolina. It's the winner of that game and Florida. So this would be a huge confidence boost and a huge, just national landscape change.
Suddenly Florida's a major player now on ESPN, on all the shows. Florida was disappeared there for a couple of years. All of a sudden they would be back.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden game day was there for 2 straight games. So, we'll see what happens, and we'll come back next time with our post-game Swampcast and tell you what we thought of the game. Should be interesting. Enjoy it. Till next time, Pat Dooley, Robbie Andrew of the Gainesville Sun saying so long from the Sunshine State.